The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. William Shakespeare, as you like it. Picture yourself as the audience in the theater of life, where the stage is set not for actors, but for the fools and jesters of the world, our unsung philosophers. You are not just a spectator here, but an intrinsic part of the play, surrounded by laughter that resonates with hidden wisdom. It is within this raucous hall where the fool, with a wink and a smile, unveils the complex truths of human nature. It is a path paved with boldness, insight, and the audacity to question everything. As we follow the fool's footsteps, we discover the delicate balance of wisdom and folly. And in that dance, we find the courage to embrace our entire being. Welcome to Pondering Psyche, where we dive deep into psychology, philosophy, and big ideas that make you go, I am your host, a doctoral candidate in depth psychology and comparative religion and mythology, here to guide you through the profound and transformative wisdom of the fool. Why should the fool matter to you? Because engaging with the fool's wisdom forges a path to a fuller, more spirited life. So join us as we seek out the treasures of who we are meant to be. The power of laughter. Laughter is a language understood by all, and the modern fool, our stand-up comedians, wields it with unparalleled skill. In an era where other entertainment forms falter amidst an industry in upheaval, this renaissance of stand-up, highlighted by the success of comics like Kevin Hart, Dave Chappelle, Bert Kreischer, Bill Burr, Taylor Tomlins, or Matt Rife, catapulted into a whirlwind of sold-out shows, captures the essence of laughter's power. Their stories mark the rise of a market that has swelled from $1.7 billion in global revenue to an astounding $3.1 billion in mere years, all of this amidst an entertainment industry in turmoil. It is here, in the heart of laughter, that we find common ground, proving time and again that humor is not just the best medicine, but the very currency of human connection. The concept of the fool. The wisest of all, in my opinion, is he who can, if only once a month, call himself a fool, a faculty unheard of nowadays. Fyodor Dostoevsky, Babok, from somebody's diary. In the dance of life, the fool steps up with an unassuming grace, embodying the authenticity that comedians like Whitney Cummings have perfected. Cummings' humor, marked by disarming candor and an eviscerating delivery, is a blend of simplicity and truth, mirroring the fool's role throughout history to invigorate and animate the human spirit. Just as the fool wields folly to enliven the everyday, Cummings' genuine wit sparks laughter and connection, proving the timeless allure of the archetype. Erasmus, in praise of folly, underscores this sentiment, highlighting folly's intrinsic value in our lives, much like the current surge in stand-up comedy emphasizes its cultural significance. This resurgence, marked by an expanding audience, attests to a collective thirst for the levity and authenticity the fool represents. Without folly, life would lose its color, becoming a drab canvas devoid of the very laughter that stitches our shared human experiences together. The wise fool. If the fool would persist in his folly, he would become wise. Folly is the cloak of knavery. William Blake, The Marriage of Heaven and Hell. The archetype of the wise fool shines with the light of contradictory truth. Today's comedians are the heirs to this legacy, much like Dostoevsky's characters who unveil deep truths behind a facade of simplicity, or Socrates, whose admitted ignorance became the bedrock of philosophy. They navigate the delicate dance of social commentary, armed with humor that slices through pretense, delivering insight with the precision of a satirist's pen. Championing the spirit of William Blake's wise fool, they persist in their folly, and in doing so stumble upon wisdom. Comedians act as modern-day philosophers, wielding wit and irony to challenge the conventions and spark critical thinking, all under the guise of entertainment, affirming that the most significant truths are often voiced by those bold enough to play the fool. The fool in literature and culture. A fire broke out backstage in a theater. The clown came out to warn the public. They thought it was a joke and applauded. He repeated it. The acclaim was even greater. Soren Kierkegaard, Either Or, Part 1. contemporary comedians deftly blend humor with life's stark realities, crafting laughter that resonates with the audience's own experiences. Audiences delight in the performance, often unaware of the deeper truths veiled in comedy. This dynamic illustrates the poignant, sad clown paradox, where the entertainer's personal struggles are masked by the act. And yet, through this masquerade, comedians foster a connection, turning shared vulnerabilities into a source of collective strength. Through laughter, they offer a reprieve, a chance for the audience to grasp a moment of joy amidst the complexity of life. The fool, then, is no mere entertainer but a vessel of wisdom, making us ponder even as we laugh. Historical and cultural perspectives of the fool. Against the assault of laughter, nothing can stand. Mark Twain. The jesters of medieval courts, often perceived merely as entertainers, were in fact pivotal figures in shaping discourse and challenging the status quo. They had the unique privilege to speak truth to power, couched in the safety of humor, a tradition that lives on in today's comedians. With the advent of podcasts and social media, modern comics have inherited the jester's mantle, wielding their influence far beyond the court's walls. They navigate complex social issues, daring to voice opinions that might otherwise be censored. This new digital court is global, and the jesters are now agents of change on a massive scale, using satire and wit to question societal norms, giving rise to a new breed of fool, one that not only reflects society's follies, but actively participates in its transformation. The role of the fool in modern life. Men will let you abuse them if only you will make them laugh. Henry Ward Beecher. Proverbs from a Plymouth Pulpit, 1887. The archetype of the fool finds renewed significance in our current era. Just as the fool injects playfulness and laughter into life, modern comedians infuse society with these essential elements, wielding their humor as a tool for connection and reflection. This era has seen comedians break away from traditional platforms to seize control over their creative outputs. They now dictate the terms of their craft, from the content they create to the mediums they choose to disseminate it. This shift towards autonomy and creative control in the comedy industry is emblematic of the fool's evolution, transcending the role of mere entertainer to become a purveyor of societal commentary. In doing so, they echo the fool's intrinsic value, reminding us of the levity and introspection that only humor can provide. The most wasted of all days is one without laughter. The 1795 periodical Mercure Français. So let's applaud the fool, for in their jests, we find the courage to be ourselves, fully and unabashedly, in a world that is learning to laugh along with us. As we conclude our discussion of the wisdom of the fool, remember that this understanding is just the beginning of unraveling the mysteries of the psyche. If today's journey into the unveiling of the fool has sparked a flame of curiosity within you, let's keep that flame alive by clicking on this video for an introduction on how to become your true self through Carl Jung's individuation process. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more psychological and philosophical content to improve your quality of life and unlock the mysteries of your inner world.